We spend our entire lives chasing things, money, status, the perfect milestones, assuming peace is waiting at the finish line. But the harder you sprint toward these external goals, the further true contentment seems to retreat. It's possible to be dropped into an absolute paradise, surrounded by every luxury imaginable, and still feel a profound, gnawing sense of misery. The external conditions are perfect, yet the internal experience remains one of suffering. This happens because the most significant battles we fight aren't in the physical world. The conflict is happening entirely within the architecture of your own mind. Look at how the mind reacts to small frictions, a delayed flight, a critical comment from a boss, or a sudden change in plans. We don't just experience the event, we immediately manufacture an existential narrative around it, asking, why me? Or what if everything fails? When you deconstruct these moments of distress, you find that the immediate physical reality is often manageable. The weight of suffering comes from the fabricated stories we layer on top of that reality. This mental process works like a body of water. The state of the water determines exactly how you perceive the world around you. When your mind is churning with stress, it's like agitated water kicking up silt and debris. Clarity is destroyed, and the objective truth of your situation is completely obscured by the mud of your own thoughts. But when that same water is allowed to settle, it becomes a mirror. In a state of stillness, you can finally see things as they are, including your own true nature. We often carry these mental stories and expectations like a heavy physical burden, operating under the false belief that this internal noise is a permanent part of who we are. If your internal lens is distorted, every external experience will be colored by that distortion. Calming the mind is the necessary prerequisite for finding any lasting sense of peace in the world outside. To find that calm, you have to recognize a basic truth. You are not your thoughts. Your identity is distinct from the stream of words and images running through your head. Think of awareness as the sky, vast and unchanging. Your thoughts are clouds floating across it. They enter and exit your vision, but they are transient. They cannot become the sky. You are the permanent awareness. When thoughts fade, that background remains untouched. This means when anger or fear arises, you don't have to be angry. You can observe the emotion, watching it move through you. Liberation begins the moment you shift your identity. You stop being the person lost in the storm and start being the observer who realizes the sky is always there, behind the clouds. We often struggle with this when we feel wronged. We hold on to rage as if it were a weapon, thinking that by harboring resentment, we are somehow punishing the person who hurt us. In reality, that anger only burns the person who holds it. It is a self-inflicted wound that persists long after the original event has passed. The root of this pain is often the delusion of ownership. We forget that nothing in life is permanent. The things we have today, and even the people we love, are part of a changing world that we cannot truly possess. Consider an insult. If someone offers you a gift and you refuse to take it, that gift remains with the sender. An insult functions the same way. It only becomes your burden if you choose to accept it as yours. By consciously choosing to release these attachments and expectations, you break the cycle of self-inflicted suffering. You stop fueling the fire that was burning you. Most people live as if peace is a future state of becoming to be earned. But peace isn't a destination. It is a way of being that can only happen right now. We rarely inhabit the present. We spend energy in the past, a mental archive of regret, or we live in the future, the fictional birthplace of anxiety. But the past is gone. The future doesn't exist. This single point, the present, is your only reality. You can anchor yourself here by focusing on the immediate physical reality of your life. When you eat, simply eat. When you walk, simply walk. When you breathe, simply breathe. This prevents the mind from time traveling back to its regrets or forward into its fears. In the end, the value of your life isn't measured by what you've accumulated, but by how you lived it. A quiet mind and a present heart aren't just goals. They are the foundation for everything else.